we're looking for, nice and green. Some new growth going on. Just popping the bait through it. Come to the edge and right away. The second it hits the water. Nice little fish. Just on the edge of it. Nailed it. The second it hit the water. I wasn't even barely turned over. Oh, we got a nice one. Beautiful, beautiful fish. Pops right off at the bait. There it is. It's non-stop action in here. We've been doing really, really well today. So we're gonna go ahead and put that one back. It's got kind of a little Roman nose to it too. That's another bass back in the water. All right, we got to get another lunker though. It's been great and everything's been fun, but it's time to catch another one of those big ones. So I'm going to pitch my jig back in there for a minute, give the shaky head a rest, and see what that jig wants to do. I'm not getting any action in a spot like this where the action's been virtually every cast. I'm sticking to what's working, which is the change up. So I'm going to go back to that shaky head. He definitely, they're still in here. Unless that was some kind of big old crappie or something. Couldn't seem to get the whole thing in his mouth. Get the weeds off. Oh boy, we got some weeds on here. We got them all. Enough, he had it that whole time. I thought I had one swimming with it. Yeah, he was. It's a bigger fish. I don't know what I'm trying to do here. That should have. I thought I had my big flipping stick, but there we go. Got our fish on our shaky head. Spot is not letting me down yet. He really had this one good. Never felt the bite. Just saw it swimming. Last second, set the hook. That's a nice little keeper. Barely a keeper, but definitely a little fat, fun Potomac River largemouth. My little spot. Back he goes. I don't know how many fish I've caught on film so far, but it's a good many. I have no idea how many I caught off film. But I got another one, that's all I know. Golly, he almost tripped me out of the boat. Saw the line moving again. I didn't feel the bite. He's a blind fish. He's got one little white eye. That is really weird looking. He's got a cataract in it. It's so weird. Doesn't look like he's ever been caught in it, but check that out. There's his good eye right there. There's his little white cataract looking eye. I don't know what's going on there, but he saw my bait. That's all that matters. Alright. Shaky head. Shaky head. With split tail. Doing the job. Alright. Digging this little crawfish set. I think it may or may not be making a difference, but whether it is or isn't, I'm using it because I'm catching fish. Power Pro is very soft. It loves to wrap itself around your rod tips. Power Pro isn't by any means necessary where I am right now, but because the water's murky, it doesn't hurt, but I definitely have my drag set a little bit looser. I can feel absolutely everything that's going on, and just like that last fish, I didn't even feel the bite. I just lifted it up, and with that nose stretch situation, it just put the hook right in him. So it worked for me that time. Still waiting for that bigger fish. That might be him. I don't think it's him. I think it's another smaller fish, but that's a back-to-back. Another one. Another nice fish, I'll tell you. Right in the nose. Right in the nose. And right in the bottom of my boat. Come here. Stop. Here I come. There we go. Another bass. I don't know if you all are keeping count. Great, but I've lost count. Little close-up shot. All right, going back. Shoot, I'm gonna run out of tape and not be able to. I'm definitely not gonna be able to get all these fish on film. I'm gonna keep filming until the tape runs out, and if we're lucky, we'll get one more of those big ones on film. But you're seeing it as it happens here. And I'm having a great time. It's one of my better days on the river. I've had good days, I've had bad days. This is definitely one of the better days out here. It's a great time of year. Early summer, late spring, whatever you want to call it. I've had a hard time getting up in the morning and do a little bit of turkey hunting. I've killed one turkey this year. I've guided for a guy. Had him kill 2 birds within 12 hours of each other down in North Carolina. My first time ever guiding. That was a good time. But I've definitely got the energy to get out and do a little bass fishing this time of year, that's for sure. Washington, D.C., you either get up real early to get down this way to beat traffic, or you sleep in a little bit and you wait for the traffic to die down to get out. And depending on the tides, it works out, because the tides weren't going to be moving until after the rush hour. So I went ahead and slept in a little bit on my day off. Put a little gas in the boat. I caught another fish. Oh God, I love it. This is I love the sound of power pro running through the guides too. It's awesome. Okay, I gotta flip him. Here we go. He ate it good. One thing you gotta watch out for, this power pro. Yeah, he put it down real good. You grab it the wrong moment, your hands are a little soft and getting wet, you're gonna slice your hand open. They keep on biting. The shaky head. The shaky head is not getting boring to them yet. They are liking it. They are stacked up in this spot today. It could be like that. It's not easy to find it when they're like that, but this is the first time I think I've gotten into a school of fish that's just raring to bite and that's not moving. They've been here through the last bit of the incoming tide. I was getting bit during the slack high tide. I'm getting bit on the outgoing tide. It's pretty awesome. I just gotta keep the weeds off this. If I can keep the weeds off it, I'm gonna catch another fish. There we go, weeds are off. Now it's time to smack another one, if I'm lucky. Here comes the crew team. They're getting their workout. He's not going to give me as bad a wake this time, I don't think. Oh boy, I got another fish. I got another fish. You know what? This is outstanding fishing. This is a great time. Cannot beat catching fish like this. This is just non-stop action. Phenomenal fishing. Nothing big about these fish. Just fun, non-stop action. Probably be a big one in the mix here eventually, but in the meantime, we're having fun catching them. So again, the shaky head's doing the trick. I did lighten up that spot remover shaky head jig, and it's popping through the weeds a little bit better, so it's a little easier fishing. Let's see what we got here. We got about 6 more minutes of fishing, guys. So 6 more minutes we're going to be doing here. Let's see what happens. And then I'm going to have to sign off. It's like every cast for the past few fish. I've hardly gotten to see my bait back to the boat without a fish attached to it. need another big fish. We need one more big fish. You know, finding a big fish and catching big fish, it takes a lot of, you got to move. You got to find the spot that's holding the bigger fish. Sometimes they're more isolated. They're by themselves doing their thing. These are just, you know, a bunch of schooling fish. But as you saw earlier, there's lunkers in the mix. You never know what you're going to catch. You never know what's in the mix. So if you're on fish like I am, there's nothing wrong with sticking it out and popping your bait through the weeds and catching them like that. Because you never know what you're going to catch. And I don't know, this is a little bit better fish. It's a little bit bigger than what we've been catching, so it's more like a keeper. So again, I don't know that I want to, yeah, that's a bigger fish. It's definitely a keeper. Hooked really good. Again, it's been every cast virtually in here, and I lost the bait finally. So we're gonna go ahead and rebait, and we're gonna throw a couple more back in there. So there we go. I'm gonna show you the process in real time here. All right, I got my little candy bug. What do they call this thing? I'm not shy to tell people what's going on here. This is a candy bug Zoom Super Salt Plus Finesse Candy Bug. Just a shaky head worm. I am not doing anything special. I'm just, for the fun of it, taking it right down the middle of the tail. Just giving it a slice with a pair of really sharp scissors. I'll do it up here so I can have a good position to do it. Again, this is just something I'm doing because I'm doing it. Who knows if it's helping? As aggressive as these fish are, it's probably not even necessary. I got my 1/4 ounce spot hog. That's a sight. That's a sight on my bow. Spot remover jig, blackhead jig. Making it weedless. I might spray it down here. Every little bit helps. And we're gonna try and catch a couple more before this tape runs out. We'll see how much tape we have left. We've got, 2 minutes. All right, down to the wire. I feel like Mike Iaconelli in City Limits Fishing. The countdown has begun. I think I would have caught my limit today. I would have definitely caught my limit. And you know what? I am in DC waters. We are in the city limits of Washington, DC. Catching the heck out of some bass. There we go, pop loose of them. But once I get loose of those weeds and I come out on this little flat of gravel or the drop off, gravel or mud or whatever the heck it is, that's where it all seems to go down. I may have popped it off a little too fast. I didn't keep it in the spot long enough. Let's get it out there one more time so we catch one more fish on film. Well, I definitely should have brought another tape. This might be the last opportunity for me to catch a fish on film. We've got down to about 1 minute. The tape is warning me it's about to cut off. So it's been one hell of a day here fishing on the Potomac River, April 21st. We've got the outgoing tide, running out of tape. Washington, D.C., directly behind the camera is a Woodrow Wilson Bridge. Directly ahead of the camera is a plane flying into Washington National Airport, Reagan National, with the Washington Monument back in the background. You might not be able to see it, but it's there, trust me. Caught quite a few fish on film. I'm still dragging my shaky head through the weeds and on the little drop. Hoping to catch one more fish before the tape runs out, but whether I do or don't, it's been one heck of a day of fishing. And I got a fish! And I got one more fish for the camera, and it's a pretty good one. I hope I can get it in here before this tape runs out. Let's see how much time I've got. Oh, it says 0 minutes. 0 minutes, and it might be it's one of the bigger fish of the day. Here it comes. Last fish, there it is. All right, folks, that's a sign out fish right there. The tape's running out. I caught one more fish for the camera, and it doesn't say end yet, so that's it, guys. Time runs out, catching one more fish. Time runs out for the camera, not for me. I'm gonna keep fishing. So, hope to see you guys on the water. Tight lines, good fishing. Over and out.